Hello everyone and welcome today to this audio podcast. As part of Ball and Storm. This audio podcast as part of a Ostix Peril, and this audio podcast as part of the Journal. This audio podcast as part of a Storm and Ostix Conundrum, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm and Ostix production. In through this audio podcast, looking at an overview of a publication, but also but additionally looking at this publication from a from an in an as a basis of where the overview had been presented at an international sort of conference in around 2016. This publication by Mohammed and Hussein in around 2016, looking at issues in chronic kidney disease, or CKD terminology, and in as part of the research gap and approach. As part of the research gap and approach, the publication, or the sort of review, looks to highlight how there can be differences in the use of kidney-related healthcare terminologies between different CKD, chronic kidney disease severities and classifications. And the poster presentation, the research poster presentation, and the review also looks to highlight that since sort of the traditional chronic kidney disease stages 3A and 3B, EGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate, are narrow, the use of a sixth CKD stage, the use of a sixth CKD stage is postulated. And as part of the sort of research question, the publication was a review the publication, or the poster, the research poster was a review that looked to investigate terminology and contentions surrounding chronic kidney disease classifications and identifications. The review investigates sort of the challenges of chronic kidney disease stages 3A and 3B, and as part of this, as part of the sort of research question aspect, was there what the research was the review or the research poster presentation did not have a sort of a specific or particular research question. The review, however, highlights in regard to contentions and issues, and additionally the work the review looks at sorry the review has is aligned to patient and public involvement, and as part of the sort of strength of this publication, or this research poster, or this this review, the research poster, and sort of the paper publication version of the research look to highlight important issues pertaining to CKD severities, chronic kidney disease severities, and classifications. And at the same time, the publication postulates like that by having a a division between CKD stage 3, CKD stage 3, so that there is stages there is so that so that there so that there is stages 3, so that there is by having by by sort of omitting the division between CKD stages 3, within CKD stage 3, stage 3, so thus where there so thus there is CKD stage 3, and wherein CKD stages 3A and 3B are 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 replaced were replaced are replaced are replaced the terminologies the terminologies can still cause challenges for patients and the public, in as part of the limitations of this this review, or this research poster presentation, was that the literature could have looked at the challenges surrounding pediatrics and young people more, and particularly pertaining to diagnostics and screening. The review does not compare. Additionally, the review does not compare different biomarkers that could be utilized smarter to detect renal insufficiency. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of a Ball and Storm. This audio podcast as part of a Ostix Peril. This audio podcast as part of a Ztorm and Ostix Conundrum. And this audio podcast as part of the Journal. This audio podcast as part of a Ztorm and Ostix production.